Well, what an absolute fucking shit show it's been for me for the past 7 days. So basically last Friday when I was live streaming, which would have been the 1st of August, mid live stream my PC died on me. I didn't just shut down or something was going wrong, it died on me, it was done for pretty much. At least that's what I thought at the time. And because I couldn't figure out exactly what the problem was, as there was nothing truly indicating to what the problem was, I had to send it off to someone who knew a lot more about this than I did, and I just thought it was the motherboard that was the problem, or the motherboard was just done for, since that's kind of been the most faultiest or dodgiest part of the motherboard, since the motherboard I got was good but a bit flimsy and fragile for a gigabyte motherboard, B7. So I sent it away to someone. I gave them the new motherboard, which took 2 days after the Friday, so it was, 3 days, so it was on the Monday, so 3 days after my PC died. And it arrived at their place and changed the motherboard over, and me and him were expecting it just to go poof, put it up, there we go, it's fine. No! Turns out the CPU was frazzled as well. It turns out that when my motherboard finally died, it seemed to possibly have just decided to take the CPU along with it, to take a hostage down with it. I don't know if it was just pure coincidence that we both died at the same time, or it was just the motherboard just took the CPU along with it. I'm not too sure. The other theory that we had is because the motherboard was so screwed up and it was on its last legs for quite a long time, we also discovered when we were trying it out that it was working, but at bare minimum and in a sketchy way. We discovered, I hadn't noticed this for a long time, since obviously I've got a panel covering everything so you can't see it too well. And with the window that I've got, it's not a full 100% clear view into it, it's like a 2/3 of the size of the panel kind of thing in the middle, and where my CPU fan is at the top, so the window doesn't go up that high on it. And I think the connection on the motherboard for the CPU fan, that part died, so for God knows how long my CPU has not had a cooling fan on it, and I think that might be another thing that, thinking about it now, it's probably what did frazzle it, was that probably not the motherboard, probably the CPU fan connector on the motherboard not directing power to the CPU fan to keep it cool. That's probably what killed it. So after my PC died on Friday, it took 3 days for the motherboard to arrive. For him to put it in and go, yeah, your CPU is dead as well. So I had to order a brand new CPU and get it delivered to him. That took 2 days, so that was on the 5-day mark. Put it in, tried everything, and it boot up. It was like, yeah, it's working and that, but he tested everything just to make sure that there was no more hidden issues. He was extremely, and I mean extremely thorough in terms of hardware and software, which is great. He did discover that one of my 4 sticks of RAM was corrupted or just damaged in general, so that had to be ripped out. So I've now only got 3 sticks of 4 gig DDR4 2133 megahertz. So it still performs absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So I had to deal with that for 5 days, and because of the lockdown and that, and everyone else being busy or just too far away for me to get up there, I've been literally stuck in my house for 5 days straight with literally nothing to do. I don't have a TV or a TV box or a TV license because there's absolutely no need for it for me. I literally have no use for that, so it's been an absolute fucking headache of the highest order. It was my first worries were, oh no, my entire PC has died, which I do not have the money to replace. Really, well, I could have, but I'm moving. Well, I'm hoping to be moving soon, so I've got to save up or get £2,000 to £3,000 together to move, because this place has got no carpet, no laminate, no floor of any description. It's got no oven, no hob, no fridge freezer, no washing machine. It's an absolute brand new build, and it's just a rented place. I've not bought anything, so it's not the time for that or anything really, or the money really. So because it's an absolute beyond brand new build, there's literally nothing in it, so I'm going to have to kind of build the last parts of it myself really. So That's going to cost me probably somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000. Plus, I've got a 240 litre fish tank sitting literally right beside my desk. I need to set that up finally, get some either puffer fish in there or find something that's a freshwater aquarium. So, you know, I thought, you know, either I could put all my money into it, then I would be leaving myself in a kind of a dire state for whenever I can move. The construction on the property is not done, but it's extremely close to being done. So, but because of this lockdown and rules changing every 2 seconds in the UK, it's an absolute fucking joke at this point. It's very controversial, it's very misdirecting, and it's hypocritical almost at this point with some of the people that are saying all these rules and making the rules that are just not obliging by it or obeying their own rules basically. So because of that, I don't think there's been work done on the property for about 4 to 5 months. I was meant to be moving in 2 days after the lockdown was official in the UK, and it hasn't happened yet. Obviously I'm still in my old run-down, extremely shitty tiny flat or apartment. So, but you know, thank God it wasn't a whole replacement. The graphics card survived, the 3 out of 4 sticks of RAM survived, my 2 SSDs survived, and the CPU fan survived, but again it's a very basic one that would have survived no matter what really. So I don't think I'm forgetting any other PC parts at the moment, unless I've been an absolute idiot. But yeah, as I say, that happened, so that's why I've not been streaming this week. That's why there's been no video on Friday, because by the time I got my PC back it was, I think, about 8 o'clock at night on Wednesday, which means I had roughly about 24 hours to record, edit and upload a full, you know, Rainbow Six Siege video or something else, and it's just impossible unfortunately. So I'm hoping now that all those problems have been resolved, and I've went from an i5 6600K to an i7 6700K, so basically a Skylake i5 to a Skylake i7. I'm hoping with that upgrade plus a way higher end motherboard, for it obviously being brand new and not a piece of shit like the one I had, and with the kind of higher end processor that I've now got, I'm hoping that my streams are going to look a lot better. And obviously the one thing I've been wanting to stream a lot and maybe potentially make videos on if I can feel I can edit it right is Warzone. I actually thoroughly enjoy it, even though I very rarely get to the end or anywhere close to it. I just seem to die a lot. I'm still trying to learn how to get good at the game, but you know, when I had my i5 and, you know, before my PC kind of died on me, it made my CPU stream like crazy. It was 100% non-stop on Task Manager. It was just 100%, and which, even if it's saying that, the game actually ran quite smoothly, but the second I tried to change any wee settings or just tried to, you know, upgrade any of the settings to make the graphics a teeny bit better, just frame rate just dropped instantly, made it beyond unplayable. Like, I'm talking about 1 FPS every 5 to 10 seconds. It was unbearable. And obviously when I tried to live stream it, my PC nearly took it half to 11 basically. It was a bit on the verge of exploding. So I've been playing Warzone on kind of, you know, my half new PC, and it's running really great. It's not taking up 100% CPU even on really good settings, so it's leaving plenty of room hopefully to manage a live stream on top of it. So I'm going to be doing that as well, maybe live streaming some Warzone, and obviously going back to live streaming Rainbow Six Siege. The other thing that I've been wanting to do is upload twice a week rather than just once a week. I was thinking about putting all my effort into editing, you know, the Friday 8 PM video, but I've also been wanting to put my thoughts and opinions and the problems plaguing Rainbow Six Siege and the things that I find that are so beyond bullshit about Rainbow Six Siege, and yet no one's talking about it, even though I think it's something that deep down really annoys us or even aggravates us. So I'm wanting to talk about stuff like that, and obviously that takes very little editing, and it just takes a voiceover and just some random background footage, and that's about it. So I would make it very easy for me to do a second video rather than doing 2 Rainbow Six Siege videos a week. I can't do that. I've not got the time and you know, and also I'm not that good at editing. I'm still trying to learn it, so it'd just be too much of a headache. But doing a simple video of the problems with Rainbow Six Siege, the updates, the new leaks and all that would be a lot easier, since that takes very little editing to do, and I could pump that out. I could probably record that, edit and upload it on the same day. So I'm planning on doing something like that as well. So that is my plans. I'm not too sure when I'm going to get fully back in the swing of things. I think I'm going to be live streaming Saturday and Sunday of, that would be the 8th and the 9th of August. So I think I'm going to be doing that there. Maybe not Sunday, I'll try my best, but definitely I think on Saturday just to get me back into it. And I think I'll be live streaming on Monday, and because everything that's happening, I'm trying to get back in. And as I say, the stress out of that was, I think it has to be one of the worst stressful situations I've ever been in, just because it involves, silly money. I don't really know too much about hardware or software too much, so that's why I sent it off to someone who knows far more than me. And just being left in the dark or going, is my PC well and truly fucked, or is it just one part or potentially two? And obviously just things kept going wrong, oh, the brand new motherboard's in, oh no, your CPU's dead, so you have to order that. And I think the whole thing, I mean, it's to say I got a great deal and everything, but it was absolute insane stress, because my whole life involves around my PC, me playing games, me uploading videos, me live streaming, and because of the lockdown and all my friends and family live so far away from me, I can't just go, okay, it's fine, I'll go visit my mates and we'll go out for a drink, since that's now fine in the UK. I think my nearest mate at the moment is currently about 35 to 40 plus miles away from me, so that's one hell of a fucking distance. So it's not just as simple as just, oh, I'll meet you there in 5 minutes, I'll meet you there in a couple of hours if I'm on the fast trains. So, I've been stuck in for 5 days, not knowing what's going on, what's happening, and that, it was just an absolute fucking headache. And as I say, that was one of the most stressful situations in my life. As I say, my whole life revolves around my gaming PC and everything I do on it. But as I say, it's up and running, way more powerful, no problems with it. And as I say, I've been playing Warzone all day, and I've been enjoying it. Forgot how good that game was. I need to start seriously streaming it. As I say, I don't know if I'm going to make videos on it just yet, because as I say, the way I don't play Rainbow right at all. I break the game in every way I can to get content. That's my way of doing it. Not in it gives me an unfair advantage or cheating or hacking or obviously anything like that, but just doing mirror strats and other silly strats and just lying on the floor pretending to be a dead body. That's kind of stuff I do on it. But on Rainbow, you can't get away with that too much, and it's, I find it's watching other YouTubers, their content's really good on it, because they're the ones that are mowing every squad down single-handedly, getting to the end and surviving to the last, because they're seriously good players. And I think with my type of content, which is just basically taking the piss out of every situation you're ever in, I don't know if I can truly apply it to Warzone, because the game doesn't allow those opportunities to be forced out accidentally or just naturally happening. Yeah, sure, but in Rainbow I can force a bullshit moment to happen or just a funny moment to happen, but in Rainbow it's a lot more difficult and almost, in my opinion, near impossible. So, and because I'm not doing that game, I can't just upload content, me just wiping out every squad that I come into contact with and get to the end and getting all the victory royals. I can't do that. So I think it'd be fun to live stream it, but making videos, until I get way better at it, I think that it's going to have to be a pass, unless I prove myself wrong. I can get funny moments now, I can force them out, or I'm sure you can, I'm not too sure how to go about doing that yet, because I don't know any strats or good places, any kind of little life hacks you can do, and not life hacks, but any little cheatsy doodles you can do on that. So yeah, so say apologies for no video and apologies for no live streams. I didn't disappear, it was just, when your whole life revolves around literally one thing and that one thing dies on you, it just disappears. It's, so I say the stress levels were beyond ridiculous. So I think this has dragged on for long enough, but for any of you who's wanting to follow me on Twitch, I live stream on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 PM British time. I am currently streaming Rainbow Six Siege at the moment, since that's a game I'm the best at. I'm very good at it, and obviously I do some crazy strats and 1v5s and that's kind of stuff I do, because I'm the luckiest player on that pretty much. I get away with too much bullshit on it. So that's what I'm live streaming over there. If you'd like to come over and see that, there'll be a link down below in the video as well. And also I have a Twitter where I also announce any videos, any updates, any changes. I gotta admit though, I didn't update my Twitter during this because the stress, just I forgot about it. But I'll update anything just in case anything happens and I can't live stream. I'm not uploading a video, even though I hope that doesn't happen again for a long time. So a link to my Twitter will be down below, and I do post other stuff from time to time. And so, yeah, as I say, I do apologise for that. As I say, now that I'm back, I'm going to get into swing of things ASAP, and there should be, not this week and maybe not next week, but in the next maybe in the next 14 to 21 days from this video going up, I think I'm going to start uploading 2 videos a week, just to try and keep the content, you know, a lot more fresh and a lot more kind of getting put out in general. So I think 1 video a week, especially when you're trying to grow, is a bit lackluster, and I think that's one of the problems that I'm making at the moment, that 1 video is just not cutting it. If I was a big well-known YouTuber, I think that would be absolutely fine, but because I'm starting out, you're going to get your content out there as much as possible for you to grow, because you know, every time you upload a video, every time you go live, that's just an extra credential on your CV or in your portfolio in general. That's how it kind of works. That's the way I view it anyway. So I'll stop rambling on. I'll let you go. I'll go and cry myself to sleep after that fucking audio. And yeah, as I say, I look forward to potentially live streaming Warzone. I'm sure my PC can now handle it, and I look forward just to live streaming in general and getting YouTube videos back up and running. And I'm looking forward to I will be uploading 2 videos a week. So, as I say, I hope you've had a much better week than I did. I really hope you did. And I will see you in my live stream tonight, which will be on the 8th of August at 8 PM. As I say, there'll be a link down below. So, as I say, take it easy, don't live a life that I do, and keep your sanity.